Hello, my name is Dylan with Manoa Chocolate, and today we're going to ask ourselves the question, what is good chocolate? This is pretty straightforward. We can make good chocolate because we start with good beans. So as long as we understand what quality cacao is, we can make good chocolate. And then we have to make sure we don't screw it up in our process of roasting and refining and getting a nice texture and conching and burning off volatile acidity. So there's definitely skill and the artisanal touch that happen in the chocolate making process. But if you don't start with good beans, there is no way you can make good chocolate. You can process it well, but it doesn't mean you're going to make good chocolate, because good chocolate has good flavor. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's usually a nice texture that comes with it that has a range of flavors and nuances that come and originate from the bean. Now, the secondary part of this would be the raw materials that you add also being good quality. The one that first comes to mind for me is cocoa butter. Cocoa butter can range a lot because, once again, if you start with bad beans, you're not necessarily going to get very good cocoa butter. You can use deodorized cocoa butter, but I still notice remnants of wherever those beans came from. And I've tried quite a few cocoa butters. Some of them taste like bad, moldy beans. Some of them are just okay, and others taste great. You can have acidic cocoa butters and you can have very basic cocoa butters as one of our primary raw materials, something to be careful of. So cocoa butter can influence the flavor, and certain cocoa butters will melt faster in your palate. Some are harder and will have a sharper break. Doesn't mean one is better than the other, but you should try cocoa butters and just eat it plain so that you can get the one that you like the most, that works for your style of chocolate making. The next one would be milk powder. If you're making milk chocolate, there's quite a few different types of milk powder. We use organic whole milk powder, 28.5% fat, from a company called Humboldt Creamery in Northern California. It's been working great for us for quite a few years now, over a decade. Sugar, we use organic cane sugar from a company called Native in Brazil. We buy it from a distributor on the west coast of the United States in California. And it's just regular granulated organic cane sugar. We have ball mills that then reduce the size of that to the point where you don't get grittiness in it, and it's blended well with the chocolate. And so I'm a big fan of texture, which is why I like making sure our chocolate is below 20 microns, so you get that really smooth, creamy note. I feel like you can taste the chocolate better, whatever nuances are in, once again, those beans that we started with. And so to me, that's how you get good chocolate. And we just want to say a quick thank you to Cocoa Masterclass for helping to sponsor this episode. This is an opportunity I got to go to in Hawaii a few months back. Absolutely loved it, learned all about the bigger commodity markets, and it's just a wonderful chocolate education program. So check it out. You can get a discount if you type in Learn Cocoa, you'll get 5% off. So check it out. Usually there's minimal ingredients in good chocolate, and you know how to pronounce everything. There's not a long ingredient list. A lot of things like soy lecithin, I don't have a problem with. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We don't use it. It's just one less thing on our ingredient list. So in our dark chocolate, there would be cacao, cocoa butter, and sugar. And cocoa butter comes from cacao. But we're adding additional cocoa butter because I feel like you can taste more. It helps our processing. And yes, I prefer it. I just like cocoa butter. So there's a contest for cocoa called the Cocoa of Excellence. And that happens every 2 years. Historically, it's happened at the Salon du Chocolat in Paris. Now I believe it's happening at an event called Chocoa in Amsterdam. This competition receives, I want to say thousands of samples, and they analyze the beans, and then they would make chocolate from them for the ones that were selected, and then they would choose the best 50 of those. And you can look this up, and that would be a great place to start if you want to source really good quality cocoa or cacao, and you don't necessarily understand what that means yet. You'll at least know that you're buying good beans that have been judged by professionals. So there you have it. That is what is good chocolate, at least my take on it. We'll see you next time.